Good morning. I am Dr. Neelima Singh. I'm a consultant OBG gynecologist, and I'm very thankful to HERA to have given me this opportunity to work with them on the series of workshops for the various aspects of the spectrum of pregnancy. And especially this topic is very close to my heart because it is the preconception planning. That is the part which is missing. Before the wedding, we plan so much. We match horoscopes, numerology, and physically, mentally, everything we match. But do we match their genetics? Do we match? Do we have the intention that how will the next generation be? Well, because this is to procreate life, and we are not doing enough. And I'm also glad that this is the first time that we are addressing the urban couple. There are very less efforts on the urban couple and planning of a pregnancy. So when I say this, that one should plan much before the pregnancy, at the time of the wedding itself. From then you put your steps in that how should the pregnancy be. So the question will be from your side. Why plan your pregnancy? Why should I even plan? It will happen. Let it be natural. Why should I plan? But yes, there are many things that have to be addressed before the pregnancy comes. Can we face the risks? Can we, I mean, what will be the use? You'll be damaging the mother and the baby. So that is why preconception care will reduce the risks. That is the most important aspect. So it is for both the baby and the parents. And many couples wait too long. In my practice, I've seen some couples have happily waited for 9 years, 10 years, 13 years, 15 years. And there are some restless couples who come to us even before their wedding that I want to plan a pregnancy. So there has to be something which is like which is suitable to them and to us. So the best would be immediately after uh, a wedding happens, then this pre-pregnancy planning starts. And 1 in 6 couples in urban India experience fertility issues. It's not that it's very uncommon. I have seen many people say that if you go to a doctor, they will find dozen problems. It is not so. If the problems are there, they'll be identified early, they'll be fixed early, and things will be dealt with in a more of a holistic pattern than going late for it and then just trying to, have a quick get at a pregnancy, which is not possible. So that is why it is important to plan your pregnancy because you will reduce the risks, you will address early, and you will also have better chances of conception with a healthier baby and a healthier out. Whenever we talk about everything, there will be so many myths about it. So I think it is better I appraise you of the myths and tell you what are the facts. So let us bust some. So myth is we are healthy, we don't need a doctor before trying. So many people think that if you meet a doctor, they will unnecessarily mess up the issue. They will give unnecessary medication. No, it will only be the required thing will be the checkup will be done and baseline risks will be identified. Like she or he, both of them could have some medical issues like diabetes mellitus, which is becoming so common, thyroid disorders. All these are a lifestyle disorders, and these are becoming so common because of the advanced age, not only of the mother, the father's age also is very important. So all these culminate in more risks these days than was observed previous days. Previously, it was infections which were more rampant. Now it is the lifestyle disorders which are an uprise. And also we are seeing a lot of vitamin deficiencies because many of the women, the girls, in their in the time that they should exercise, they should go out and play. They are sitting in the classrooms, mugging up for the entrances, and there is no exposure to sunlight. So there is no proper development of the reproductive tract or the musculoskeletal system. So the complete development has been hampered. And in that case, at least when we pick up the vitamin deficiencies, the thyroid disorders, the blood dystherias, and all these problems early, these can be fixed, and the baby will not pay for the mistake that we are making. Then, second myth, very importantly, is infertility is mostly a woman's issue. Now, for fertilization, we all know for ages we get them married. Why? Because for consummation, for and we know that you require the ovum, you require the sperm. So when you require 50-50 is the contribution, the same way is the ownership, the responsibility. If there is 50% chance of the woman having a problem, I would say there's equal chance of the man having a problem. And there should not be any ego issue about it, or you should not hesitate to talk about it. The men may have many issues, they may have psychological issues. Like in my practice, so many cases I have dealt with where it was very simple issue about the psychosexual behavior. And once that was fixed, these couples have had very happy lives. And there was no need for any other measure except for counseling by the right person to the right, for the right things. And so the male partner is very important. Let us not forget, it doesn't mean only the girl, it means a couple. And you can get pregnant anytime in your cycle is also another myth. That is, okay, the woman is in the reproductive age group, she is menstruating, so she can be pregnant any day. No. Had it been so, by now Earth would have crumbled with the uh, pressure of the population. So it's not like that. It's only very important 24 hours that are mostly that 12 hours is most important when the pregnancy will happen. So the ovum should be released, it should come into the fallopian tubes, and the sperm should come at that time, and then the fusion can happen. So this happens only once in a one menstrual cycle. One ovulation will happen. One, this is normal situation, I'm saying. One ovum will be released. There'll be 100 millions of sperm. One sperm will fertilize, and finally one zygote and one baby. Now that the myths have been cleared, uh, and हम भ्रम से बाहर निकले, and let us talk about the benefits of preconception counseling. So the first and the most important is the fact that it lowers the risk of unintended pregnancy. Unintended pregnancy is when a happily married couple become pregnant in the first 3 months, say suppose, and they don't want this pregnancy. So instead of killing a life after it has come, it would be much better if this pregnancy would have been planned. And also, not only this, there are safe methods, there are medical methods to abort the pregnancy, but they may have implications. Even if it is 0.1%, why does a couple want that exposure to that risk? Like tubes may get blocked if there is infection at the time of abortion. Even though we control, we try to remove, but still there may be some infection, and that may lead to tubal blockage, which is very difficult to deal with. So, such long term risks and short term risks all can be avoided if an unintended pregnancy is avoided. And the preconception counseling also includes how to prevent pregnancy, till what time, and it actually plans and it tunes the pregnancy suitable to one sex, to that particular couple. Whenever they want, they can have the pregnancy. Then, so it will reinforce parenthood readiness. So prepares the couple mentally for and emotionally for begetting a child, and child is a huge responsibility on them. So to undertake that journey, they too get the right time. And most important also is it prevents birth complications. As we see these days, birth defects are rising because there are so many viral infections, so many medications, over the counter, medications are available. And when these are taken, there are so many risks to the fetus. There is also the risk of premature births. And with premature birth, it gets a whole bundle of problems with that. So we can minimize all these. And it reduces the repeat complications. Like, say, suppose the first pregnancy was a miscarriage or it was a pregnancy mishap. And in the second, if nobody plans, if you don't have a counseling, preconception counseling, just many people will say, ah, theek hai, first pregnancy is always an abortion, just don't bother, it's okay, ho gaya. Second ho gaya, third ho gaya. So now the chances of a more successful and a spontaneous conception are going to decrease. If these mishaps are going to increase, also the anxiety in the couple will rise, and that itself will contribute to and as another reason for the subfertility. So that is why also it is important that let us not repeat these problems, and let this be addressed at first point when there are no health issues about the mother, or if they are there, then they are reversed of the father. So the lifestyle disorders can be tackled. Any problems can be identified, like if there is diabetes, if there is hypertension. I have seen heart disease also being identified suddenly during pregnancy when we cannot do anything, when even abortion entails a lot of risk. Whereas these heart diseases could have been operated, and later the mothers would have become pregnant, there would have been no chance of risk. So we can, always it is much better. So the benefits versus risks, if you see, of preconception counseling, benefits are far outweighing the risk. There is no risk of preconception counseling. Let me be very clear with you. Nobody is going to risk. It is only few tests, and some lot depends on your history, a few tests, and we can arrive at a diagnosis that and we can arrive at a path that the couple have to take to get the pregnancy when they want, to tune it to their personal goals and life goals, and match them so that there are no unintended pregnancies, and we minimize birth defects, we minimize risk to mother and the baby. Now, coming to once again, I would re emphasize the husband, the male partner is equally important. So, the lifestyle readiness, your health matters. Now, lifestyle readiness is there in the partner or not, is my question. It is not only the woman. I would say that begin the folic acid tablet 5 mg at least 1 month. I would say that immediately if you're planning a pregnancy in the first year, then after the wedding, one should start folic acid, and one should start taking a healthy diet. So eat a balanced diet, and balance does not mean just taking a slice of cucumber and putting it on a burger. That is not balanced diet. That is what we are doing these days. But let us think of a plate, at least plate 1 and plate 2 concept, in which the plate 1 is only salads. So with that, all your micronutrients, the microvitamins, the minerals, everything will go in, and then you can take your comfort food, because comfort food is also required for the hormones to be released. And most importantly these days is, I would say, put an end to all the addictions that you have. If you're planning a pregnancy, you are planning the future generation. So I'm sure none of you want that we should harm the next generation. So one has to stop on smoking, alcohol, and drugs. And these are quite common. I do understand these are personal situations. No doctor is judgmental about that. But definitely, we can help you out in achieving that no addiction state, very healthy. And this should be done 6 months before the pregnancy is planned. Even when you want to have conceive, before that, at least 6 months, so that the ova and the spermatozoa are healthy and they are not genetically affected by these things. And exercise is a very great detox. It reverses all the lifestyle disorders, and it reverses even the what the addictions have done to the liver and to the brain. All these are reversed with exercise. As you know, it releases a lot of endorphin and dopamine, and that leads to that happiness, and it leads to better physical health and mental health. And most importantly, as many of the urban couples are working, they take coffee or tea every 1 hour. And they say that, okay, I'm taking zero sugar coffee. I'm not putting sugar in it. I'm putting one artificial sweetener, which is going to do what we don't know. And the caffeine also has to be limited. I would suggest just once a day in the morning. If you are so used to coffee or tea, take that once, and that's all. Later on, whenever you feel like having a coffee or tea, my advice is take some warm water, put a mint leaf, put a ajwain leaf, some other green leaf, that is herb that is available in your kitchen. Just carry few leaves, even coriander leaf you can put, and just drink that, sip that warm water. What your brain requires is something, some hydration at that time, and that comes out as an urge to drink coffee. So my urge is, please do not take too much of caffeine and manage stress actively. Now, this is very easily said than done. We all know as human beings, stress is what? Stress is emphasizing, re emphasizing facts. And mostly the human brain does not do for positive aspects of life, it starts doing for the negative aspects. And that is when the brain gets affected. And you must be, all of us should wonder that this human brain controls so many billions of cells, and these cells are producing so many types of hormones. There are endocrine, paracrine organs. Somebody is producing insulin, somebody is giving you glucagon, somebody is giving you growth hormone. So these cells, but finally, everything is organized. Who is organizing? This, the master is the brain. And so this brain has to be tackled. And that is why stress has to be tackled. This can be done by yoga, this can be done by meditation. These are very important aspects of therapy which are often neglected. Coming to the in topic, the weight management, especially in this era of lifestyle disorders. How does weight matter before a pregnancy? Yes, it definitely affects female as well as male fertility. In female, both underweight and overweight can cause problems. Underweight problems may lead to irregular or missed periods, amenorrheas, and finally anovulation. That is, there is lack of release of the ovum for the sake of fertilization every month. Being overweight will actually disrupt the hormonal balance, and this imbalance will lead to lack of ovulation, which is seen as a um, called as a necklace in the ovaries. You see unerupted ovum. That is, if they had burst, they would be for fertilization, but because they did not, they are available there, and that is seen as a PCO, the most common disorder these days, the polycystic ovaries. And definitely, weight is going to increase the risk of gestational diabetes, because gestational diabetes is directly linked to the body mass index and the body weight. And also, it leads to high blood pressure. And because of all the complications that it sets in, there is higher chances of a mishap or miscarriage. And if one goes to term, there is also a higher rate of C-sections. And on the male fertility, excess weight can actually reduce the sperm count. And that is due to the testosterone levels alterations. And it is definitely associated with lower fertility and decrease pregnancy rates in such couples. So the strategy should be manage your health, and health is your wealth. So manage the weight before one becomes pregnant. After one becomes pregnant, you cannot do an aggressive nutrition, that is diet or exercise. So start with a 30 minutes if one is overweight or even underweight. First start with a morning walk of 30 minutes. Movement should be there at least 5 days in a week, or an aerobic activity like cycling, swimming. Yoga is the best because it also includes the breathing, the techniques to increase the oxygenation, which will improve all the organs, and therefore it will correct the hormonal imbalance. And one should focus on whole foods. If one says these days that doctor says you take pomegranate, then people are taking juice. So if I say apple, doesn't mean apple juice. Take it as such, as the food is available. So much as the food is live, so that much it is going to work. And always think if this fruit I'm consuming is live or dead. And if it is live, then can it procreate? Say, suppose I plant this fruit there, the seed is going to germinate and another plant is going to be formed. So there is life, and that is full life. So that is why focus on whole foods like fruits, vegetables, and then eggs are a very important source. So which can, in moderation, if consumed, will give the protein. So they will cut on the carbohydrates, and that is very good for healthy weight management. And if one is overweight, it is always good to have a plate of homemade salad, because replace one plate. That is, first eat the plate of salad so that you eat less, and then cut the carbohydrates in the diet. Have more of whole foods, legumes, have more of sesame, have more of millets, have more of raw vegetables and leafy green vegetables. So all this is going to definitely manage the weight. Now, the most difficult question for a client, I'll not call you patient, for the client is, why should I visit this doctor? What am I going to get before trying? It's all natural. जरूरत ही नहीं है मुझे. Unnecessary stress for me. This is human behavior. Even if I am the person, I am the client, I would say like that. Not that because I'm a doctor, I'm saying, nahi, nahi, oh. But yes, that is the thing. But yes, there are there are problems, and those have to be tackled much before the woman is pregnant. So that's why you need to come and we need to talk. So rule out conditions like thyroid, diabetes, as I said, heart disease, because I have seen patients, maybe in the 33 years or 35 years of my service, I have seen that so many times, several times, it's a surprise heart risk. Suddenly, I'm putting the case for the C-section and I realize the patient is unduly breathless. It's not only just the labor pain, it is much more than that. And then the anesthetist says that the patient is at very high risk, or if there's an abortion, and then we realize. So, there should not be such surprises for us, unpleasant surprises. So, we should know the complications beforehand. Had I known this before, I would have told her that, okay, I think you should postpone the pregnancy for a while, and you should address the heart issue. And it's very easy to get operated in the non-pregnant time. So now her life expectancy is increased, her hazards are decreasing, the morbidity and mortality are coming down. That is what is most important and dear to all our hearts. Then start, and also this is a very important golden period to start the prenatal vitamins, especially as I said, the folic acid. Many of us, due to the lifestyle that we are leading, have no sleep in the night, have not much of nutritious food. In the morning, we gulp down some coffee, have some unhealthy biscuits and eat some lunch which is either a junk food or it is a fast food, and we think, हाँ ठीक है आज जाने दो, today is okay, tomorrow onwards I'll have a healthy diet. No, this is not happening, and this cannot happen also. You are so busy. So at least for the pregnancy, at that time, you should regulate your diet. You should take your folic acid every day, and you should check all the blood tests can be done, and we can check whether the D3 is there, whether the B12 is correct. So all these are the prerequisites which should be there, and any medications that you are taking should be stopped. And one has to understand also, most important for becoming pregnant is the menstrual cycle. So say suppose the menstrual cycle is 35 days, then when will the ovulation happen? It has to happen 14 days before the next period. It is not the half. I've seen many patients arguing with me, मैडम मेरा 28 days था तो 14 डे बोला आपने, तो अभी 35 days हो गया तो आप 17 days कर दो. This is not the way. So I mean, you should get to know that you have to, if it is regularly 35 days, then deduct 14 days, and then that is when the ovulation. Because the follicular phase or the period before the ovulation can vary from one woman to another, but the post luteal phase, that is after the ovulation, the period is the same. It is 14 days for everyone. So that is why all these once, when you visit a doctor more than once, you will get to discuss all these things and they will try to explain all the issues. So that is why it's very important to visit the doctor and do not avoid that kya jana hai, paltu mein hai. I know it is human tendency, even I would say, but because of all these things, it is better to go to a doctor. And yes, if you have any doubts about the menstrual cycle and the fertile window, please refer to Hera's material that is available online, and you have all the details which are explained uh, with diagrams so that you can understand better. The most important issue, which is very dear to my heart, is male partners matter too. Because mostly, not only in India, all over the world, it is the same pattern that it is only the mother who is required for the pregnancy. It is only the mother who is required. But it is not so. It is both the partners who are required. And so, definitely, when the contribution is 50%, the contribution of risks also is 50%. So, what should the male partner do then? Now, the important issue, male partners matter too. Not only in India, but all over the world. What I've seen is it's the woman who gets blamed for being pregnant or for not being pregnant, for getting the risks in the baby. But it's a very important fact that since the contribution is from both equally, 50% from the mother, 50% from the father, and so the male partner has to be 100% or 10% dedicated towards having the offspring who's healthy. So, what should the male partner do now? So, now the next question is, okay, I've been asked so many times, but what am I supposed to do? It's very simple, just a general health checkup. Whether you have got high sugars, high blood pressures, or any liver abnormalities, because these are very common and very rampant. And second part is reduce. Nowadays, there is also exposure to heat, that is laptop on lap, hot baths. I mean, whatever it is, and the clothing also. We are no longer wearing the mandu or the lungi. So that is why all the clothing also they are causing heat exposure to the genitalia. So all these, then you can wear some light clothing, you can wear cotton clothing, you can wear loose clothing. So all these experiences will have to be shared with the male partner because nobody is telling anything to the male partner. Everybody is saying you get involved, but what involvement? And then also you have to say goodbye. One has to say goodbye to the addictions. Now, with this, don't be judgmental about your addictions. They can happen due to various reasons in various human beings. And important is the solution to it. Fix it. Now that we have come to know, much before the spermatogenesis. So before 6 months itself, these I would say 1 year, but at least minimum of 6 months before that, you should fix all this. And the male partner has to be emotionally supportive. Now, as we go through the journey of pregnancy, you will realize that in the various trimesters, when the Lamazi is the specific exercise for a pregnant woman to have a natural birth. In that, it's very important that the male partner is there with the female partner and is supportive in the exercises. This also has a effect on the hormonal and the mental health, and that will cause a natural pregnancy and a natural delivery. So one has to participate in the planning, clinical visits, lifestyle changes have to be made, and decision making has to be done by both the partners. And so the male partner has to give in the 100% and feel an ownership as one feels in various issues. Now, coming to the ovulation and fertility awareness. The fertility window is the most crucial aspect of fertility. And this in the whole menstrual cycle of 28 days lasts 2 days. And these 2 days are very crucial because the life of the ovum is limited, and the life of the sperm is also limited. So these are not beyond 24 hours. And so if you take the ovulation to happen today or tomorrow, with these tests that are mentioned, we can predict the ovulation. And when we predict, it will happen in 1 or 2 days. That's all. So either one can go for the most simple one is the basal body temperature, in which following the ovulation, there'll be a rise in temperature. Now that ovulation has already happened. So there are some ovulation predictor kits which will clearly show that, okay, ovulation is going to happen in the next 24 hours. So that is when a bland relationship can happen, because these days everybody is busy and they do not have time for this. And at that time, if the relationship doesn't happen, the pregnancy doesn't come. So this is to program a pregnancy. One should know all this. Then the calendar tracking. So best is you have an app, because many of our patients come who do not know their LMP. It's not just the problem in our rural areas, even in urban areas, because the woman is so much at work and she's so busy that she tends to forget that exact dates. So better, once married, start having a calendar, menstrual calendar in your phone, and have an app, and then tick every LMP, and you will come to know if they are regular or not, what is the cyclicity, and how long is the bleeding, and if there are any problems. All those also can be dealt with apart from knowing only the fertility. And the cervical mucus changes, this is a very laboratory test that is done. That is before the ovulation, because of estrogen, when the mucus is laid on a slide, it has a different pattern. And afterwards, when we spread the mucus, then it is more thick. And because, see, initially it has to encourage the sperm to come up, swim up, come to the ovum and fertilize. And later, don't want any further infections or any um, other agent entering. So that is why the cervical mucus will change its character. So it is meant to, everything revolves around pregnancy. So these cervical mucus changes also can predict. And nowadays, the best way that all the fertility specialists are doing is through just a non-invasive ultrasound. With the ultrasound, we will pick up your ovaries and start looking at them from the beginning of the cycle, and then we know which is the dominant follicle. And once we know the dominant follicle, it reaches a certain dimension, and after that it bursts open and the ovum comes out. This can be fairly predicted 24 hours before it really happens. So this luteal peak will give rise to the rise in basal body temperature, and this follicular change will be seen in the ultrasound, which is, seeing is believing. So we can predict by that. And if not all these at home itself you want to do, there are many ovulation prediction kits. I have been telling you a lot about the mental and the emotional health. And this requires more time to address. Physical health can be addressed very quickly, where I can give tablets, I can give injections, we can reverse the diabetes, we can, I mean, it's not so easy. Lifestyle disorders have to be reversed gradually, but mental health is going to take further time. So that is why seek support early. The earlier it happens, you can do a counseling for the couples, and also the group options are there, in which there is more of peers who are talking, similar type of couples who are talking, and they will give you all the ideas, and with that you learn better, because talking to a doctor all the time feels as if you're a patient. Then one has to be very open. This is a very important thing I'm telling, either with the doctor or in such group meetings. You need not talk too much of personal facts, but then you can always look up, tell about the what are the truths. Do not have a false prestige about yourself. Do not have an ego. Do not be judgmental about your own self. Be kind to your own self. There may be certain things you have picked up in the path of life which are wrong you have done. But here is a time when we can correct them. And let us all be open and let us all discuss. This is about mental and emotional health. I also want to tell you that what are all the questions that will be answered even without your awareness by the doctor if you go for a preconception counseling. So you will be told whether your cycles are normal, and you may think that they're very normal. It is just 28-day cycle and I have no pain. I'm moving around fine. But that may be an anovulatory cycle also. Most unlikely, but 35 days. And if 35 days, and then you'll think, oh, I have an abnormal cycle. It may be just normal cycle. Your ovulation is happening late. So that is why you'll be told whether, based on the history itself, one can predict what we are going to see. And then it can be confirmed with the non-invasive tests like ultrasonography. And do we need some more tests now, or wait will be your next question? No, there is no need. Your baseline will be assessed even in the first checkup. So one can assess whether major medical disorders like heart disease, thyroid, and diabetes mellitus. When we were young, and the thyroid disorders were up to the tune of 2%. Now, in the southern India, it is 10 to 12%. And in certain pockets, it is as high as 15 to 20%. And so the prevalence of thyroid disorders is increasing. And very important is for a fetus to become the 3 kg magic or the wonder from the 3 gram egg is very important hormone, that is the thyroid hormone. So if that is not there, it cannot become so big, cannot become so organized, and the baby is finally not so intelligent. So how will it cope up in this world? So if you want healthy, happy baby and a happy family, one has to plan and one has to know if these baseline disorders are there, because they are going to drastically affect the life of the fetus newborn as well as the mother. It can pose several problems and complications. And how long should I be seeking this help is the last question that you'll ask your doctor. You don't need this. Maybe at this itself, we can decide that everything is fine and you can plan this pregnancy at what time and in what way will you plan, and what are the things that you want to do. And you would have already started your healthy lifestyle, your healthy diet, say bye to addictions, take your vitamins, and you can have a spontaneous conception, and then you can go back to a daughter. So there's nothing like you're going to be there throughout and for many, many times. So lots has been spoken. Some facts may be confusing, some may be conflicting, and some may be convincing. But final take, that is your take home message, is preconception care is mandatory, as it sets the stage for a healthier pregnancy for both the mother, the father now, and the baby. And one has to act early. Don't wait till there is a problem. is my suggestion to you that do not wait for a surprise uh, mishap or a diagnosis which is going to take away all your mental health and emotional health. It's going to drain you. That's why better be prepared than to face when unprepared. And it should be inclusive of both partners. I would re-emphasize the fact that male partner has to give in 100% towards planning a pregnancy, towards taking up a pregnancy and completing that pregnancy with a logical conclusion. So for that, you don't have to make big sacrifices. You have to make only small changes in life, which are good for you, which lay the foundation stone for a very healthy life for both the mother and the baby, and the father too. So as a family, your health is going to improve if you make small changes. Small changes are in diet, are in exercise, and healthy living. Thank you for your thoughtful hearing. And on part of Hera, we believe that everybody is different, so every journey is unique. We are here to guide you on yours. And my team in Hera is waiting for you for your concerns, your doubts, and your inputs. So, anything that you want to convey to us, whether you want to appreciate, depreciate, or evolve on something, no problem. You are welcome. Please address us those questions, and we are all here as a team to answer you as soon as possible. Thank you.